Hi everyone, in this lecture we are going to refactor our code to make it look cleaner. Alright, so here we have an if statement nested inside another if statement. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all this if statement and I'm going to cut it and I'm going to put it inside its own function. And the function name is going to be check for match. All right, and we are going to put in this if statement right here. All right, and we are going to call this function here, check for match. Okay, let's put in the parentheses. So this looks way better than before. All right, this is more readable because this function is not cluttered a lot and we can read it. We know how everything works, but there is still some refactoring that we need to do here, and the way that I'm going to do is now this disabled cards and unflip cards, these names I've added them intentionally because each of them is going to be the name of a function inside which we are going to run these two lines of code. So first off, I'm going to create a function and I'm going to call it disable cards. Right, and in here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut this and I'm going to put it right here and I'm going to delete this comment and I'm going to excuse me, I'm going to call that function right here. Right, and the same thing goes for our unflip cards. All right, so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to create a function and I'm going to call it unflip cards. All right, and inside here I'm going to grab this which ends right here and I'm going to paste it right here and I'm going to save it. All right, and I'm going to delete this and we are going to call the function here. All right, so we have a check for match function which is called right here. And inside this function, we have callback functions. So we have other functions. When a function is inserted as an argument or as a return value for another function, it is a callback function. So these are callback functions. All right. Now this disable cards does this and this unflip cards does this. Now there is something that I forgot to mention, that whenever we grab the first card and the second card and when we remove the flip, we have to add the flip class first and then we can remove it. All right. Now here we had a toggle, this.class list.toggle. Now toggle was just for demonstration purposes, but whenever we want to remove, first we need to add it. That's why I commented out the toggle. I'm not going to remove it. I commented out the toggle and we added the flip class, and then when we're done, when they do not match, this is the unflip cards. We are going to see the cards for 1.5 seconds and then the flip class is going to be removed. Right, now this is I'm just going to remove this comment because the function name is pretty comprehensive. Check for match, disable cards, unflip cards. All right, and what I'm going to do here is that we have an if statement. We have talked about the ternary operator, and each of these if statements, they basically run a single block of code. They run a function call. What we can do is we can even we can take this if statement one step further and we can simplify it even further. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a variable and I'm going to call it is matched, and we are going to set it to this value. I'm going to put it right here, right? And we are going to use our ternary operator. So if is matched is true, if it is true, so if you just provide it with is matched, this is going to be a Boolean statement. The value returned from this is matched is either going to be true or false. If the first card matches the second card in both type and value, notice the strict equality operator. If they match in both in type and value, then this is matched is going to be true. And if this is matched is true, what do we want? We want to run the disable cards function. And if it is not true, we want to run the unflip cards function. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and remove that. That's it. So this is how we do refactoring in JavaScript. We could do a lot more, and when we get to our further lectures, we might even implement more refactoring. All right. So we have not talked about refactoring before. This is the first lecture that we talk about that. So from now on, when we talk about cleaning up the code, we actually mean refactoring them. All right. So when the is matched is true, it means that the first card equals the second card. We are going to run the disabled cards. It means that when the first card matches the second card, we want to disable the cards. We do not want to flip them again. But if the first card does not match the second cards, after 1.5 seconds, we want to unflip them. Okay? And the logic works, right? So I guess this is going to be it for this lecture. See you guys in the next one.